Got a nice little replay for you guys in my STA. This happened earlier today, so just thought I would share it. It was a pretty good game. Now, for some reason, wasn't a mastery badge. I guess somebody did me one up in this game or something like that. They got a little bit better than me. I'll go ahead and skip forward a little bit till something starts happening. It's a tier 8 game. I am platooning with somebody in an Oho, so he is going to the heavy castle and I am going to the mediums hill. And seeing as how there are several tier 8s and no tier 7s on the enemy team, I'm anticipating this to either be a really, really good game or a really, really bad game. Taking an early shot on the Chaffee, and boom! Hit the Chaffee. STA is notoriously inaccurate at long ranges. I don't know why. Statistically speaking, it's a relatively accurate tank, but the farther away you get, the less you manage to hit the inside of your aim circle, and it's really frustrating when you're playing the STA. But it's overall basically the Pershing, just minus armor and plus a gun. The mobility of the STA-1 and the Pershing are almost identical in almost every respect, but the Pershing has significantly decreased gun penetration and less reload time. Now I'm anticipating somebody to be around the corner up here, so I'm trying to get behind this rock for cover, and I didn't see that 122 being there. He started to get in my way a little bit, and as it turns out, there's nobody there. So I decided to take the initiative and start moving forward because there's somebody in front of me to get shot before me. So that's always nice that 122 is going to be way out there. I figure, you know, I might as well go out there and do something too. While the Jagdpanzer stays back and covers. There's a Ferdinand just stuck in the middle of the field, which screams death for the Ferdinand. Unfortunately, I didn't see where he was at first. I wasn't quite paying attention, so I took a random guess shot off in that direction. First shot on the Ferdinand shoots him in the side, tracks him. I immediately go back for the CDC because I know the CDC is more of a threat in this situation right here with the Ferdinand being stuck out in the open. But unfortunately, I missed. A little bit of a bad reaction time on my part, but it happens. I play with server reticle on, so that's always nice. Ferdinand continues to get stuck out in the open, getting permatracked, finally gets taken down by the 122, and I decide to move forward because that CDC rolled backwards. Can't hit the CDC from here. Move up a little bit, auto aim and shoot, and hit the dirt. It happens. Reload, 6.4 second reload, and miss. Miss the CDC. I twitched a little bit at the end with the hair trigger. Like I said, this match happened not too long ago. It's late at night and I am tired. Finish off the CDC with a shot into the dark. Start shooting the Jagdpanzer 8.8, who was also stuck out in the open. This just screams death for these big tank destroyers. I don't know why they got themselves stuck out in the open like this, or why they even went to this position instead of where that 152 was spotted. Take my final shot into the jig-tig and continue to drive on. Now there's no like huge particular reason for this video other than the fact that it was a pretty good battle. It's not the best battle I've had recently, but I wanted to make one out of it because I haven't done a video in a while, let alone doing one with the STA, which I've completely finished the grind for. I just haven't done a video for it yet. But I really, really enjoy this tank. It's just the RNG on it sometimes is just enough to make me want to bash my head through a wall into a pit of razors. It's pretty pitiful sometimes. The accuracy on this gun at long range is just terrible. I don't know what's wrong with it, but at long range you couldn't hit a duck if you were in the middle of a lake. It's that bad. Now the scrotum over there gets himself located along over where the 152 is by firing at me and missing. I go ahead and dump some more shells into the jig-tig side armor right here, aiming for his ammo rack. Now notice I'm aiming for the middle of his side plate, even though that... Let's go back a little bit towards that. That's a little bit of a risky maneuver because of the way he's angled towards me. I want to aim a little bit further back, theoretically, on him. I want to aim right about there, or I want to aim there for more guaranteed penetration, but 218 average penetration, 275 average penetration with the heat shell. So, I'm going to go for the ammo rack, which is located right on the German cross on the very middle of the jig TIG side. And so that's what I'm aiming for. Knowing that the penetration is enough to overmatch any of his angled armor right there, I go ahead and take the risk of ricocheting to try and shoot that ammo rack out. Of course, he didn't get ammo racked. He might have had a damaged ammo rack at the end of the game. I don't remember. I'll have to check the post-game statistics, and I'll put the screenshot in at the end of the video as well. But I'm coming up on this camping 152 in the scrotum. Now, the 152 is the only tank destroyer out of this entire team that's actually sitting in a legitimate tank destroyer spot. I don't know what the hell the other guys were doing. They were just stuck out in the open field with big, huge, slow, heavy tanks. As some of the stupidest tank destroyer players I've ever seen. I come around the corner on this 152 and aim for the tracks. Unfortunately, I hit the tracks and don't track him, so I aim for the drive wheel right here. Now watch that. That right there. If you're shooting someone right there in the very front drive wheel, or the rear drive wheel if they're tracks, that's like 98% guaranteed to track somebody as long as your gun is of a relative size. As long as you're not an MT-25 shooting at an E100, you're pretty much guaranteed to track. Sometimes you'll do damage, and you can see right here that his tank outline is right there. So I managed to go through like some pointless part of his tank and I guess clip the driver's foot or something in the long run. But I ended up actually doing damage with the penetration as well, not just tracking him. Now, I'm tracking him because he's a 152 and I only have 900 hit points left, so I'd rather track him and do no damage than let him turn around and kill me. Now that shot right there on the 152 ended up being an ammo rack shot. The scrotum turns to face me, leaving all of his soft squishiness completely exposed, but then he decides to rush me at the end. Knowing I have way more penetration than is necessary to kill him, I just auto-aiming and just driving. Like, I'm not even worried about him at this point. I'm just trying to juke him out so he can't hit me. That was also an ammo racking shot on the scrotum, that's why he hasn't fired back. And turret traverse for the win. Now at this point I have 3 kills. I start to go arty hunting, and then I don't see the arty at first, so I'm thinking, well, he's either pushed a little bit more towards the heavies on the other side of that rock right there in front of me, or the artillery is just gone, like he's just the fuck out of here. So I'm going to drive forward a little bit more, and then I'm going to come around and see if I can't get a flanking shot on the arty that I think is hiding over here. Because I don't want to come around the corner and him be staring dead at me, knowing that I was coming from over there because of the scrotum. Auto aim, fire! And he fires, so I'm not worried about him, just continue on driving. At this point I'm almost even out of AP shells, because I only carry 38 and 8. Now notice I am using auto aim, but at these distances it's not even worth regularly aiming at these distances. It's whatever. Not only that, but auto aim is a quick target acquisition. Quick target acquiring, I think is the word I was going for. And it allows for easy shooting really quickly. Fire at the T-150, tried to center my shot with auto aim, and it missed. It went a little bit to the top left of his tank. Finish him off before the knee gets to him for a fighter medal and a ram kill at the end.